close your eyes.
Nice job. Ooh, yep.
Welcome everyone. Make sure your cell phones are turned off for the duration of the ceremony.
Good point. Mine's off.
Can everyone hear her?
She should move closer to the mic. Can I get over here?
My God, you look gorgeous. So do you, Nathania.
Good joke.
Welcome to our celebration of Nathania and Jonathan's love story. We're delighted to be in this gorgeous space surrounded by friends and family, many who have traveled hundreds of miles to be here. Today we join two families. Congratulations and love to Maria Magdalena, to Sylvia, Jorge, Alice, Harry, and Fernando, and a special welcome to Tati, our surprise, oh my God, a surprise bridesmaid. Family is so important to both of you, and although they can't make the trip to be here today, the beauty of this day includes your grandmother Rita, Jonathan, and your grandparents Nathania, Blanca, and Jorge, as well as our remembrances of Marina Chippy, your great-grandmother, who was the rock and strength of your family. I want to thank both of you for granting me the privilege of marrying you today in such a spectacular venue. This is a great space, and it's so like you. It's outdoors, it's fabulous, it even smells beautiful here. And you surrounded us by so many lovely things that you have created yourself. From unique invitations to the place cards and flowers to the signs. And just today, Jonathan put the hookah up today, all DIY, as he says. You two have designed your own unconventional wedding. Your individual touches are everywhere, and it makes everything so spectacular. Nathania, you're so gifted at crafts, design, fashion, and you're a wonderful chronicler, posting photos and comments that keep us involved in your life. But what I say all the time, and what I most admire about you, Nathania, is what you've accomplished in your life with sheer determination and will. You're a person of enormous ambition and achievement. Since I first met you 15 years ago, I've watched you time and time again set goals for yourself, and you make sure that you put the commitment and resolve into achieving those ends. You arrived in New York in 1998. Actually, I guess it was New Jersey, but nobody wants to admit that. I remember that you wanted to learn to ski, and the first time you went skiing, the first day, you were flying down those mountains. Even then we knew that you were fearless and determined, which was obvious as you developed a love for, of all things, jumping out of airplanes. Following 9/11, you decided to leave New York to move to Miami without the support of any surrounding family. You've always worked, and you started bartending. You put all your tips in a shoebox, put the lid on the shoebox, and didn't open it again because you had another goal in mind. You applied for the TSA because, as you have memorably said, you wanted to prevent 9/11 from ever happening again. You started with the TSA in 2008, but of course you were always thinking one step ahead, and you applied to Customs for the next job that you wanted. You were accepted to the Customs and Border Patrol Academy, and you graduated in 2009. You set your sights on a job in LA, and of course you landed a job in LA. And here's one of my favorite parts. As you begin the academy, you open that shoebox of tips and find that you've saved enough money to pay your bills and to set you up for the move to LA. This is nothing short of miraculous and so indicative of your character. Just another example of how your resolve and discipline enables you to shape your own future. Nathania, once you landed the perfect job in the perfect city, what was missing? And you might say yourself, hashtag, where's the perfect guy? Hashtag, looking for love in all the wrong places. Hashtag, what does LA have that Miami doesn't? Hashtag, Jonathan. Jonathan's ambition to succeed started early. When he was a child, his family would spend school breaks in Mexico working at his grandmother's restaurant. The restaurant catered to American tourists, and you and your brother learned quickly how to trick the customers into giving them bigger tips. Jonathan discovered that if they pretended to be Mexican, the Teresa's would be so fabulously impressed with their flawless English that they would rain tip money on them. Little did they know that these two boys, whose articulate Mexican twins, were actually California-born and bred and speaking their native language. Their biggest challenge was keeping that fact hidden. Jonathan, you realized early that you were interested in a career in the service, and you joined the Marine Reserve. I love your memory of watching a TV commercial with a Marine who was battling dragons and climbing mountains. You were inspired by the end of the commercial when the Marine presented in dress blue, and you knew then that you wanted all of that for yourself. We've all seen the movies presenting boot camp as a nightmarish punishment. But I actually suspect I'd wash out the first time I had to put on regimental footwear. But you relished your time in boot camp, which you viewed not as purgatory, but rather as the formative transformation to a soldier. Your time in service is one of the better decisions you've made. Obviously, except for this one, which led you here to the wedding. You were deployed twice. You learned how much you were capable of accomplishing. You experienced a sense of camaraderie. And you learned to live through hardships together in your team. Any wedded person will tell you that learning to live through hardships together is invaluable training for marriage. But you also knew that the Marines was not going to be the career for you, and you set your sights on Customs and Border Patrol. In 2008, you were accepted to the Academy. In the first of a series of near misses and coincidences, you were at the Academy 1 year before Nathania. And for those of you who don't know, acceptance to the Academy and the completion of the rigorous challenging is difficult. The Border Academy is recognized as having one of the most challenging curriculums in federal law enforcement. These two had to pass a series of daunting physical and academic exams to graduate. We admire them not only for putting their lives on risk every day for the safety of this country, but for what they accomplished. I'm so proud of you both, not just as a relative, but as an American. After the Academy, Jonathan, you returned to California to take your first position. Happily for this story, you landed at LAX with a love story kind of starts. I say kind of starts because this is not the love story that begins with instant fire. This love story commences in 2009 and smolders for more than 2 long years while you morph from respected co-workers to supportive friends and finally love ignites. But first the beginning. Nathania, Jonathan says that the first time he saw you at the training program, he thought you were attractive. Although he was shy, he did start to talk to you about running. It's not the best line I've ever heard. It did get the girl, so it did work. Jonathan, Nathania remembers that you smiled and that you were cute. But here's the interesting part. When these two met, there was no chance for sparks. As right as they turned out to be for each other, Nathania was in a relationship, and romance simply was not a possibility. And to make the relationship even less likely, Jonathan was deployed in 2010 to 2011. When he returned from Japan in 2011, the two of you started working together. Initially, you discovered that you had a lot in common and a friendship formed. Physical challenge is an important part of both of your lives, and both of you recall one of the first outings you had together. On a Gilligan's Island-like tour, they set out on a 3-hour hike. Now, neither one of them claims responsibility, but somehow a 3-hour hike turned into 8 hours. You ran out of food, but not out of conversation, and you shared some of your thoughts and feelings. You returned hungry, tired, sunburned from an all-day forest march. And surprisingly, you didn't hate each other. Actually, that day brought you closer. And at least one of you was starting to feel the beginnings of a romantic attachment. You continued to have coffee and lunch, talked all the time, even took salsa dancing together. But something was changing. When you two joined a group of law enforcement personnel on a trip to Las Vegas to compete in the race, Jonathan, you asked Nathania to be your backup runner and your wingman. Nathania, you agreed to both. While the group was enjoying the Vegas nightlife, you promised Nathania to watch Jonathan's back and protect him from man-hungry girls. Little did Jonathan suspect that rather than protection, you had sabotage on your mind. The minute Jonathan seemed to be cozy with another woman, you called him on the phone for a long talk, shattering the mood. No surprise, you successfully derailed any potential relationship. This friendship was starting to evolve into romance. On an early date, Jonathan, you took Nathania to dinner at a romantic Italian restaurant. You sat next to each other on a banquette. You looked fabulous, Nathania. You closed down the restaurant after dinner and headed to the beach with a bottle of wine. Apparently, Jonathan, you were the perfect gentleman despite Nathania's best efforts. All I can say is if this had been a movie, the audience would be screaming, "What are you waiting for? We can get it already!" Nathania realized quickly how supportive and thoughtful you are. When she was young, you sent flowers. When her great uncle died, you booked a surprise trip to Catalina, where you formally asked her to be your girlfriend. The best thing about this relationship is that it was based on a friendship. People fall in love in mysterious ways. Nathania, you realized you were in love with Jonathan, and he took you for your LASIK surgery. I don't make this stuff up. You helped her through the surgery, and then spent the next 3 days with her blocking the light out of the windows, hitting the rock of the safe. When Nathan's mother arrived for a visit, Jonathan was her constant companion. And Nathania, one night the two of you were out to dinner, and you started talking to Jonathan about how you felt about him. We think it might have been the wine, but we're not sure. At that moment, he started thinking about the future, and he knew that you had to be a part of it. The only thing left was to plan the proposal. And even the least technologically savvy of us had seen that wonderful proposal. It was an amazing and beautiful plan. You thought of everything, surprising me with that beautiful heart in iconic Century Park, even flying up Jenny and Oscar from Miami. Of course, Jorge and family were late arrivals, continually tracked their progress. While he remained
We need to be
glued
honest.
his cell phone, delaying the big moment, you and Nathania became more and more irritating. Of course, in the end, you were thrilled to say yes. I look at you, and I see two people who have so much in common. We love to surprise each other. Catalina, the proposal, the trip to the Bahamas. You enjoy travel. Already been through France and Italy, a road trip to Oregon, skiing in Lake Tahoe. You're both devoted to exercise and a healthy lifestyle. You love to dance. Nathania, you love skiing. Jonathan, you're not so good at it. But you do go along with her and freeze together from the time you start. You cook together, you visit coffee shops together, and participate in CrossFit together. I'm told you even run in the mud together. And of course, we can't forget that you work together every single day in a very demanding job. Most people could not survive that kind of togetherness. But you have thrived because you see your lives together as teamwork. When the two of you were working behind glass booths in LAX, literally one behind the other, you still continued to pass notes to each other that said, am I allowed to tell this? Yeah. And miss you, Ellie, love you. Not doing as bad. You even survived the time when one of you was supervising the other. That is 24-hour-a-day devotion. Both of you describe your relationship as a team, and understanding that you're on the same team, no matter where you are, is a strong foundation for your lives together. You're starting your marriage from a very solid place. With a beginning like that, you really don't need any advice, but on behalf of the elders, I have to say so. In most relationships, everyone tells, let's say, a few exaggerations or white lies. Yeah, I only spent $50 on that dress. I didn't eat those cookies. I already ran today. But beware. Both of you are trained interrogators and carry guns. Even try it. I think this is going to be one extremely honest marriage. Better advice. As you continue on your path together, try to always remember the things that you love most about each other. Nathania, Jonathan loves that you're so full of life, so energetic and happy. He loves the tender side to you that most people don't see. He loves that you're loving and empathetic, and that you encourage him to be the best person he can be. Jonathan, Nathania loves that you're calm and patient, not only with her, but with everything in life. She loves that you can have fun and act like a little kid. She loves that you're both passionate in your beliefs, that you can have a discussion about them, and that you support her every day. Now, someone told me that the coolest thing about officiating in a marriage is that you got to see their faces up close, and it is really cool. They are really happy. We're going to join Jonathan and Nathania in the tree planting ceremony, symbolizing their lives together.
Nathania and Jonathan. My name is Leah, and I'm very honored that I've been asked to read the blessing of the tree planting ceremony. To symbolize the deep roots of their relationship and continued growth of their love and marriage, the bride and groom will now take part in a tree planting ceremony. Love is the essence of human experience and emotion. It is the root of everything and all that we do. Love richens our experience and fills our lives with meaning. It gives us a firm base from which to grow, learn, and adapt. Let your relationship and love for each other be like this tree you plant today. Let it grow tall and strong. Let it stand tall during the harsh winds, rains, and storms, and come through unscathed. Like a tree, your marriage must be resilient. It must weather the challenges of daily life and the passage of time. And just like the tree you are planting, marriage requires constant nurturing and nourishment. Like the sun, soil, and water are needed for this tree, they will provide the strength, trust, and love needs on a daily basis to consciously nurture, grow, and nourish their love and connection for each other.
Nathania and Jonathan have prepared their own vows. Jonathan?
Nathania, today surrounded by the people who love us most, I vow to love you, laugh with you, encourage and respect you. I promise to always kiss you and say goodnight before I fall asleep. I promise to dance with you and bring you medicine when I get you sick. I promise to share with you all the adventures and travels that life may bring. We will be a team and together foster a home full of sharing, learning, and understanding. Now and forever, I want to grow old with you.
Jonathan, today we make a promise that we both have decided to carry for the rest of our lives. Today I vow to treat you in a loving and gentle way, to be your companion when you feel lonely. I promise to treat you with love and respect, with patience and care, laughter and tenderness. I promise to be more understanding and fair, even though I might still believe that I'm always right. To be your best friend in good times and in bad, to lend you a shoulder whenever you need to cry, or ask you for a hug if I need to cry. Today I promise to work as a team with you to start building the structures of a loving and caring home to raise our kids in, to build our own family that we will respect and honor, to grow old with you but still remain a child at heart, so we can laugh together for the rest of our lives, to be understanding when times get rough, and to always be honest and loyal to the day that we both die. Today I marry my best friend, the same determined, gentle, caring, loving, funny, and smart guy that I met in 2010. Te amo, mi cucurucho.
Now the official part. By the authority of the state of California, you are now husband and wife. Jonathan, would you kiss her already?